personal and professional aloha. I'm Don Abiel, Native Hawaiian hunter, fisherman, public access advocate, and cultural practitioner. I may disagree with some earlier speakers they stand for, but I believe that represents our community, our island community, whom I have great respect for all. My classmate, Lupalakua ranchman, restorer of our watersheds and conservation lands, Great Hawaiian, and possibly an exclusionary action toward Native Hawaiian practitioners, cultural practitioners, and protectors. And further, to prohibit their constitutionally protected activities under the U.S. Constitution, as well as the state of Hawaii Constitution. There are regulations already. In fact, even sections 209, who board member Woodside was in the Natural Area Reserves Commission, that these actions would hurt hunters and the general public. And I have the same concerns, specifically sections 13-122, 123, and 124. And as he said, temporary closure of public hunting areas in all of these regulations would be something that would even go further for a year or so, even at this 120 days temporary request at this time. And I do have a lot of deference to the delegating authority to delegate a DLNR representative to arbitrarily have this authority to do take action under the C1 item. And then also in sections 124, which is the Palila bird up there, which may be part of the environmental concern. This is not the bird is not extinct because of the actions of the protectors of the Mauna. It's more so because of the extinction of much of our mamani trees. And it's already stated in the DLNR website that deals with the Palila bird, that the last of these honey creepers and why they are in danger. So they give several reasons, which I won't go over. Moreover, understanding these agenda items and its implications to Native Hawaiians and members of the public, this board has a fiduciary kuleana for ceded public trust lands that hold paramount importance to not only Native Hawaiians, but to the general public. If this item is passed, it will erode trust in the department, and I'll summarize. Its policies, processes, purposes, and ultimately the board, the director, the chair, and the governor of Hawaii. As President Lincoln once said at the memorial of a Civil War battle, and which I believe is the foundation of our government after the Civil War, that we here highly resolve that these dead should not have died in vain, which my kupunas, as I say, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. So again, I call this board, the governor, and all entities involved to negotiate and make this issue, as Uncle Stan said, pono, so that our island community, including Native Hawaiian community, to heal and move on. Mahalo for letting me testify. Kukiai mana.
I have a question. Yeah. I just wanted to, I'm trying to understand and see if there's a way to take care of specifically hunting issues. So I wanted to try to understand what you see as a problem for hunting.
Well, like board member White said, much of the paved roads along the Mauna Kea access or the Hunter Road, which was closed in 2014, much of us still go along those roadways, which are they're not they're overgrown a little bit, but they're still able to walk on those trails. A lot of us just do hiking most of the time, and they're near the access road. So if we're wearing backpacks, camping gear, a lot of us have to have our camping gears. Might not be for an overnight stay. A lot of it is because we're, it's past the time that that is proposed in this new rule too, in the 21-2. I have a problem too because sometimes we do stay out late, maybe even past 12 a.m. and then we make it back to our, down the hill to wherever our vehicles are. So a lot of times it's, get caught up with the Mauna, and we sometimes forget we're hunting, and then we look up and we see all this beautiful scenery up in the sky. So, as Hawaiians, we are very spiritual. We see a lot of things. So that's one of the reasons why I feel, we might we might get into trouble just being there, maybe in the wrong place, wrong time, you know.
Okay, so, but I'm just, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to understand what the situation is. Hunting is allowed until 30 minutes after sunset and from 30 minutes before sunrise. And the time, the closure time would be 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Right. And then before it came to today's
Yes,
hearing,
it was different.
Yeah, it was
So
eight-
it's
from 8 to 5.
better.
Yeah. So I'm glad that was
Yeah.
changed. So that was the when I made my testimony, that was I was concerned about that the time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yep.
I used to go hunting up there in another life, and sometimes you forget the time. So let's say you're close to the time of close down. In other words, you're close to 10 o'clock because either you lost your way or you lost your dog. You know what I mean? We have playtimes we lost our dog, and so we're trying to find our dog, and you don't know where your dog went, and you hear them barking. Sometimes they're chasing something big or whatever. So, what if we have a grace period if you made a good faith effort to come out and you're a little bit late?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how that would be.
I don't
enforced yet,
either. I
but
mean,
it would be a
it
nice
just came
thing
to me,
do.
but that there's some grace period if you're in there in good faith. You're going hunting, and something happens. You have an emergency for whatever,
Right.
and you're a little late, and you can show that, and that should be adequate,
Yeah, if the officer or whoever is gonna
right?
penalize us, I believe if they're
gotta-
trained to do that.
They
that'd
got
be
to
awesome.
investigate and see, the facts, right?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if they take into the account of what happened, sometimes too, we're just the air's thin up there too. We're pooped. We don't go as fast up there as we would do down at a lower elevation. So yes,
Some people get lost in Maki, we never find them.
exactly.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. You leave him alone? 30?